Carnival said they done with y'all. They tired of y'all ass coming in and smelling like weed, and they tired of y'all ass bringing y'all kids in and just leaving them any and everywhere like y'all left them at y'all grandma's house.
Black fatigue. It's all over my FYP page. Thank you. I am so happy that this is being brought up. And oh, by the way, for us white people who've been around the block a long time, this isn't new to us. We've been dealing with this for over 40 years.
Do you think black fatigue is a real thing?
Yes. Do you? You think it's real?
No, bro. That's just people being racist. I don't know. That's just being racist.
I mean, it can be, but at the same time, I wouldn't call it black fatigue. I would say niggas being niggas. I've always been mixed about it, but it's just niggas being niggas.
Today we're talking about everyone's favorite summer pastime, and that is cruising. Yay! Oh, no, not that type of cruising. I know I have a very strong girly and gay audience. Get your mind out the gutter. I'm talking about carnival cruising. Yay!
So, what are you talking about?
Well, actually,
I have no idea.
Cruising?
I actually have no idea.
I don't want to know.
What's the last time you been on the cruise?
I ain't been on a cruise in a minute. I plan on going.
We went on the cruise 2 years ago. I ain't gonna lie. It was lit. We went to Cozumel.
Carnival Cruises have released a set of policies for their cruise lines that have seemed a little targeted. And of course, if we're talking about on this channel, these new policies have begun to stir up discourse online, mostly because a lot of these policies and alleged policies seem to be in all ways but directly disincentivizing and penalizing blackness on the boat. So yeah, if you don't know, Carnival Cruises, you know, the very popular cruise line who also happened to recently have a whole Netflix documentary expose on them called Poop Cruise, is now allegedly involved in some other BS, literally and figuratively. They've recently released a set of new policies that read as a little odd, and by odd I mean racially charged. So the main policies that were recently changed were regarding the ban of personal speakers and things like clacking fans. Like if you've ever been to a Renaissance or a Cowboy Carter concert, you know exactly what I'm talking about, the kind of fans. And what's that about? You're hot in the sun on a boat. Like, word to Beyonce, fan me off, I'm hot, hot, hot. But it's looking like if you do, they will actually lock you up in jail. I'm kidding, that's a Beyonce joke. But there have also been videos and speculation online that Carnival Cruises, in addition to those things, is also banning hip hop and rap music.
I ain't gonna lie, because I know that Carnival Club used to be jumping though.
It does though. Can you imagine a Carnival Club with no hip hop?
You gotta at least have a little bit, like even if it's not like what we listen to, it could be like at least like 90s, early 2000s hip hop, just a little hip hop. No hip hop at all, like it's just gonna get dry eventually. I have a dry ass party.
What about the other rules, like the ability to not bring speakers or clappers? Like are those kind of eyebrow raising to you?
No, that's understanding. I done took all my vacation days, PTO. I'm chilling on my boat. I'm on the deck in my chair, laid back, trying to relax. And somebody said this how I be blasting Young Boy in my ear for the past hour. I don't want to hear that.
It had to be Young Boy, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna be Young Boy. And see, that's another thing. I'm glad you said that because you don't even know what they plan. What if somebody listening to Dax for an hour in your ear? You gonna sit there and take that? You listen to Dax. Somebody bumping Big Cannon. You gonna listen to that for a whole hour?
You got me.
I know I do.
You got me.
And I think that headline is really what got the conversation going around, like, oh, wait, Carnival, this is kind of weird. This seems like kind of very specific over what audiences you do and don't want on the boat. Like, as of right now, there is no hard ban on hip hop and rap. People have just been noticing that on Carnival Cruises, there is less and less of that. And another policy that struck a chord with a lot of people was the banning of gardening, if you get what I mean, YouTube guidelines, even if gardening is legal in the passenger's home state.
Wait. I don't get what you meant.
They got the gas on the boat, man.
Okay. That's stretching it.
You got to go through the trouble of sneaking the gas on the plane, not the plane, the boat.
I don't know, but once you get on international waters, there's really nothing stopping you from doing it. So, but I don't think this is a black people thing. I think this is just a drug thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I say that's something in general. I say this ain't a black thing. This is a stretch right here.
Even if gardening is legal in the passenger's home state. And of course, since we live in a society arguably on one of the worst timelines, the internet's reaction to this was very split, very harsh, and shockingly, or not the full truth. While a lot of the real policies that did go through are still kind of side-eyeable and have me looking at Carnival a little different. When it comes to things like the gardening ban, that was done because there's now a federal law that makes marijuana illegal on all cruise ships, which in that case, okay, understand that. What about the clacking fans? Like, why do we hate the clacking fans?
I thought you was talking about the other ones, the one that clack. I thought you was talking about the one you get like the Carnival.
I saw the video you talking about though. Like same thing. I'm on the deck relaxing, and they turn on that "Where Them Fans At," and you know how long that song is. All you hear is fans popping for the next 5-6 minutes. I'm not trying to hear that, bro. I come on a cruise to relax.
So do you have a problem with the overall speakers and the PA system blasting music?
That's fine.
Is it?
That's fine. It's not gonna be, you know what I'm saying, obnoxious.
Upon further investigation, the clack bands are only banned in the nightclubs, but not on the deck where the line dancing and other things happen. And now you may be asking me, Rumi, why do we just go through all these policies if half of them aren't even real policies and the other half aren't actually explicitly racist? Like, where'd you get this narrative and why are you trying to interject race in everything? Well, that's a loaded question. I know, I just asked myself. Well, first of all, unfortunately, race is unfortunately inherently in everything. And that goes out to all the people in the comments of the AI minstrelsy video that I posted a couple weeks ago. Yeah, clock it. But when it comes to these policies, we don't necessarily care about the policies themselves. Well, we do, but we don't. This conversation in the Carnival of it all doesn't necessarily have to do with specifically the policies, because as we found out, the policies aren't doing too much. But what we do need to talk about and what we do need to highlight as being weird and strange behavior is the general conversation that spun out of this whole seemingly fake discourse. Because while some of the policies or alleged rule changes were fake, a lot of these sentiments, conversations, and talking points that people had online in response to that were very real and very concerning. Because for some reason, the internet decided that they were going to back a company and stand 10 toes down behind these rules that did not exist and use the opportunity to be exceptionally anti-Black. You have people online coming forward talking about some, oh my God, I can't wait for these policies to be implemented. Like there have been too many Black people on the boat, using and hiding behind terms like Black fatigue, despite not knowing what Black fatigue even is or is about. And actually, on that note, because I've been seeing this term be thrown around a lot online, let's actually define what Black fatigue is, shall we?
Before he goes into the definition of it, what is Black fatigue to you?
A group of Negroes in the establishment acting stupid.
I'm sorry I asked. I'm sorry I asked.
You asked me. You asked me.
I'm sorry I asked, bro.
You take your girl to Dave & Buster's. Oh, it's gonna be chill. We finna be lit. We finna be chilling. There's a group of Negroes in there fighting. They get outside. They start shooting. I am fatigued. Gatorade symbol on.
So Black fatigue was a concept created by Mary Frances Winters, a founder, a CEO, and a Black woman in the diversity and inclusive consulting space. You know, back when DEI actually meant DEI. And she created this term as a way to capture the psychological, physical, and emotional exhaustion Black folks feel due to the systemic racism and oppression, as well as microaggressions and acts of disrespect that they experience on a day-to-day basis. But of course, as most things do, the term has been shifted. And when it is used now by certain people, it does not mean that. It instead means people being fatigued of having to deal with and be around Black people. That don't sound crazy to you? Because that sounds real crazy to me. Like we've gotten to the point where it's not even a dog whistle anymore. Like at this point, it's a foghorn. They are telling us, we do not like your kind.
Black fatigue is real. I think society as a whole is there. We are just so unbelievably fed up with the ghetto ratchet behavior. Black fatigue. It's all over my FYP page. Thank you. I am so happy that this is being brought up. You know, by the way, for us white people who've been on the block a long time, this isn't new to us. We've been dealing with this for over 40.
How many years ago is 40 years? Was that before segregation or after segregation? He talking about post-segregation.
Exactly.
Oh, he trolling. He was like, I knew they shouldn't have. I hate it when they broke down the walls for y'all Negroes. We had to sit on the same bus, even in the same. Niggas just throw Black fatigue everywhere. I'm not racist. It's just Black fatigue.
Bro, needed confirmation bias for racism. I'm crying, bro.
He said, I've been sick of y'all niggas ever since they got rid of segregation. He talking about some 40 years. Oh my, nah, that's crazy.
White folks get to be universal, which is the default standard of behavior, and they get to be individuals. Their mistakes are theirs, not the whole race. But Black people, we get neither. We don't get the privilege of being individual and universal. If one of us acts quote unquote ghetto, then we're all suddenly the problem.
That's super facts.
Elaborate.
Let's say you go out to the mall, right? You go with your group of friends. Y'all all calm. Y'all go get some Cinnabon, go look at your shoes, whatnot. Another individual group, completely independent of y'all, is doing something they are supposed to. Maybe they're a little bit louder than normal. Maybe they're just running around the stores and all that stuff, right? Basically, they're bringing a lot of attention to themselves. Because of them, now everybody non-Black is now looking at you kind of crazy. Because, like she said, sometimes in our world, Black people just don't get to be individuals. They have to be the vast majority. So even though that person is quote unquote acting ghetto, that reputation that they just grabbed now is getting applied to you.
I mean, I understand it. It's messed up on so many I'm regular. I'm not going outside like doing crazy, acting crazy in public. Like I try to be distinguished, you know what I'm saying, have manners in public, but it's like a bunch of people that look like me, you know what I'm saying, go outside, they act up, act crazy. People see me and I walk by their car, they lock their door.
That might be more close to a guy thing than a Black thing, but like being Black on top of being a guy enhances it. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah, because you think it's a white lady. She going on her evening walk. Sun going down. One side of the road got a Black dude, the other side got a white dude. Which part of the road you think you go down?
Of course, white people have their stereotypes, right? Of course, they have their stigmas about them. There's certain things you're automatically going to assume about a white person before you even talk to them or meet them, right? That's just how your brain works. But it's way worse for Black people because of like the stuff that we promote, like the stuff we say in hip hop, the way we're depicting on TV and stuff like that. Is way worse for us because like the stuff we depict, the stuff we talk about, at least more on the hip hop side and more of like the Tyler Perry-ish type of shows and stuff like that. It depicts us as like gangbangers, cheaters, adulterers. Like it's just, and this is where I throw some bill. It's sometimes if you're not exposed to these type of people, it's really hard to just get that image out of your head because for certain people that's all they see. But it still doesn't make it, right. At the end of the day, I think everybody should have like a baseline of respect that just universally is applied to everybody until they show you otherwise, at least.
Yeah.
And I know before people start going crazy on their keyboards, there are things like the Karen memes. And within the last 5 to 10 years, people have been starting to make more jokes online about white people's behavior. But like, let's think critically and let's think historically, right? White people have not existed in a monolith in the same ways or for the same duration as black people and other people of color. Like, let's entertain the nuance. Like, you see it all the time in the news. Like, when you see a white person committing an atrocity, they get afforded a lot of humanity. People want to understand why they did it, get the psychology behind why they did what they did, what caused them to do that. However, when a black person or person of color does something terrible, the news doesn't really care, and really they're just checking to see if that person is still alive or not. And oftentimes they're banking on the not. And then from there, the entire race is under scrutiny for being a danger or a threat. This monolithic type of thinking where it's not just an individual, like it's not an isolated case. Now all of a sudden it's the entire race's fault, and the entire race is guilty or potentially guilty. And again, I'm going to bring this back to this video so many times because a lot of people in my comments really show their asses with like the AI video. And this leads us to a quick conversation around respectability politics. Because while yes, we're used to seeing the finger being pointed at us from other communities, we are now seeing in the scope of this conversation, the black community take sides and begin pointing fingers at each other. So let's talk about that really quick. So let's talk about those dangers and uses of respectability politics. So what is respectability politics? Let's break that down. According to our best friends at dictionary.com, respectability politics are a set of beliefs holding that conformity to prescribed mainstream standards of appearance and behavior will protect a person who is a part of a marginalized group, especially a black person, from prejudices and systemic injustices. Respectability politics place blame on groups already hindered by discrimination. So like I said,
So raccoons.
Wait, what? I don't wait. Elaborate.
I'll give you an example. Let's say you're going to what you would assume would be a predominantly white party with your black friends. And all this is in air quotes, by the way. If you go 9 times out of 10, if it's a formal party, you're going to more or less, how usually are, if you're going to like a group or a gathering, you're probably going to wear like, what you're wearing now, like maybe like a hoodie and some sweats and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't put this shit on. You know what I'm saying? Jean, purple jean, you know what I'm saying? Some J's, throwback jersey, you know what I'm saying? Type shit.
But respectability politics is essentially saying like in that situation where it's going to be predominantly white, you're not wearing the J's. You're wearing probably like slip-ons. You're wearing like more quote unquote non-blackish shoes. You're wearing quote unquote less black appearances. You're probably putting on a sweater and some slacks or something. You know what I'm saying? And that's just to protect you from a person looking at you and thinking, oh, this is just a nigga. Oh, this person is probably going to do this. This person going to do that, and do this, that, and the third. Like that's basically what respectability politics is trying to get off. Is that you're going to move and behave a certain way in front of non-black people in order for them to treat you as if you're not a black person. If that makes sense.
Code switching.
Essentially.
So like I said before, the default of acceptable is inherently whiteness in our society. So the closer you are to that and the more you try to assimilate, the false assumption of safety is perpetuated. But unfortunately, neither of those assumptions are true because at the end of the day, if you're not white, you're still not going to be white just because you want to act like it. Now, with all that said, where does this all fit in within the larger conversation around the Carnival cruise, around the black fatigue of it all? Well, I, for one, have seen one too many videos of people trying to create a strong distinction and separation, talking about I'm black, but I'm not like those blacks.
Hey, y'all.
I'm black, but I'm not a nigga.
Hey,
That's how you really feel.
Facts.
Yeah, you really feel.
Facts.
That's how you really feel. Don't sugarcoat the subject. You know exactly what you want to say. I might be black, but I'm not a nigga. Just say it. Like you said, I don't know if you're trying to save your monetization to keep the CPMs high or whatever, but say how it is, bro. Say how it is.
That is how it is, though, because like I can't be associated with some of these niggas. What you mean y'all got switches? Switches? You tell me you hold trigger on your pistol is automatic? No. Me, no. I'm not. No, I get up, go to work every day. No, I'm not slinging 3 5s out here. No.
Stupid.
No, I can't be associated. No, sir.
Hey, y'all got to stop saying Carnival is racist for changing their rules about their policies on their crew. The fact of the matter is, they're not racist. They're not saying they don't want black people to come on. They don't want come on.
Like, I can understand the sentiment and see where it's coming from, but are we seeing how respectability politics are being put at play here? Pointing fingers and saying you're not like that isn't going to save you from the racism online. And whatever brownie points you are getting, being like, oh, I'm so happy you're one of the good ones, is not going to actually last or get you anywhere substantive in real life.
I'm gonna say this now. There is nothing wrong with not wanting to be associated with people that just act in a way that you just don't respect. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem becomes when you try to make it less of a personality thing and you try to make it more of a race thing. That's where the problem starts to arise. If you're saying, oh, I don't want to hang out with them because they act this way, cool. The same could be said to that white person over there, that Asian person over there, cool. You just don't like the way they act. Hell, that's just how it works. But if you're saying, yo, I ain't gonna lie, them niggas be wildin', bro. I can't add with them niggas for real. That's different. That's adding a layer of melanin that just did not need to be there. If you don't want to act or hang around a certain group of people, whether it's because you just don't like it, you don't have a preference for it, that's just how you were raised, that's fine. Don't make it a black thing. don't make it a race thing. If you just don't like the way certain people act, then you just don't like the way certain people act. Because I guarantee you, the color of their skin does not mean they're the only people that act like that. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a certain point in your life, people who act like this, by the way, there's going to be a certain point in your life, you're going to hang around a person who's not the same skin tone as you, and you're going to be like, oh my goodness, I don't like the way this person acts. Is it a race thing then? Does it become a race thing there? It's something I guarantee you, they're not thinking it's a race thing. It's like, oh, I just don't like this person. But let it be a black person. It's that nigga shit, right?
Facts.
Right? Right?
Facts. That's facts.
It's crazy, bro. It's nasty. It's nasty, especially when it's melanin on melanin.
And it's just so devastating seeing so many TikTok comments and videos from black people saying that they have black fatigue on public internet. And mind you, when they're talking about this, they're not using the one that was actually meant for them. They're using the white version. Like, what do you mean as a black person you have black fatigue? You're tired of seeing black people. Honestly, if that is the case, given the state of the country and the world right now and the political climate that we're in, that's just like not one of those conversations that you have publicly and outside of your community. Because then what you get is people outside of your community taking that and using that as a reference, but people being like, see, even your own people are tired of y'all. And using discourse that's meant to be in the community and internal as a way and as an excuse to perpetuate anti-blackness. And unfortunately, or I guess in some cases, fortunately, this serves as a reminder that respectability politics aren't going to get you anywhere.
Like, it's the confirmation bias shit, bro. Like, imagine being a non-black, just getting tired of seeing black people walking around. And then you just go on TikTok because your algorithm is exactly what you want it to be. And you see another black person saying, I'm tired of black people too. So now you, in your mind, it's like, well, hey, it can't be just me. I can't be racist. They don't even like black people. People don't even like black people. So, am I crazy for thinking that? The answer is yes, by the way. It's just nasty, bro. Like, so when he said it, bro, like, I just had to drop my head, bro. I just had to.
The crazy part is, like, it'll be the person in the video, they'll be talking about something in the black community that only black people understand. And the person outside of that looking in, they'll probably be like racist. And he'll be like, yeah, see, they don't like it either. But you don't like it because you don't like black people in general.
We've seen this time and time again, where you have black people, other people of color with some of the highest degrees, the most educated, idealistic career paths, highly rated citizens, good families, good communities, active members in their communities, and all of the hallmarks of being good in traditional white American standards still end up being the targets of the police, of racism and racial violence. Like, and again, while I'm talking specifically about all this in relation to black people, this is not only true for black people, it's true for all people of color, all minorities. And we're seeing that happen in real time right now with what's been going on with the country, reevaluating and changing what it means to be a citizen or a good citizen. Again, it doesn't matter if you're a respectability politics final boss. Like, if the powers that be don't want to see your humanity or worth outside of what you look like, then none of it is going to matter. In that video, you see civil rights lawyer Brian Stevenson's testimony, where he says, I thought if I did everything they told me to do, if I did all the hard work, everything was going to be great. There'd be equality.
If I did the things they told me to do, I started in a colored school. The lawyers came in and opened up the public schools. I thought if I did all the hard work, that everything was going to be great. There'd be equality. And I did my part, I think. I studied. I went to high school. I went to college. I got admitted to Harvard Law School. I graduated from Harvard Law School. I started practicing law. And I was on the street in Atlanta, Georgia, a few years after graduating, preparing for a case when police officers stopped me. I got out of the car and the police officers pulled their gun. They pointed it at my head and they said, move and I'll blow your brains out. The reality of that has to be articulated and expressed.
And that's the whole issue here. That's a false narrative that if you play into white society and play by those ever-changing rules, you too can be permanently equal to everyone else. And that just simply is not the case and has never been the case.
I don't remember who said this. I think it was Jay-Z. It might not have been Jay-Z. The saying goes,
probably Kanye.
Even when you come out the trenches, you still a nigga.
It's Kanye. I knew it was Kanye. What he say? No. See, now I gotta hold up. Even though you in the Benz, you still a nigga in the coupe. That's what Kanye said. But that's facts, though.
But yeah, he brings up a good point. Like in certain places, in certain scenarios, not all of them, just certain ones, you need to be mindful of which ones you're in. It doesn't matter how successful you are. It doesn't matter how nice you are. It doesn't matter if you talk like them, you move like them, you dress like them. In certain situations, there is nothing that matters to them other than what the color of your skin is. Granted, it's not all of them. Hell, it's like close to all of them. A lot of these people are just the loud minority. But make sure you're in a situation, for anybody who moves like this, make sure you're in a situation to where you understand at any point you're still a black person. Take care of yourself, watch out, and be prepared for anything that could happen. Granted, nothing could happen, but the fact that you aren't prepared for something to happen, you could be a lawyer, you could be an engineer, you could be a policeman. It does not matter. Something can always happen to you. Just keep it in mind. Just that's all I'm gonna say. Just keep that in mind.
I was like, yeah, you made some great points, but I feel like it's something I've always disliked, and it's called cultural appropriation. It sucks both ways. You allow people to come in from other races to the black culture, black people to the white culture, and at the end of the day, they'll never be black, or that black person trying to act white, they'll never be white. So it's like that group of people will always look at you like, yeah, they still whatever they are, even though they'll make it seem like they like you or they enjoy your company. At the end of the day, it's like that basketball player on your team that you hate, and like he could have not played a minute that game, but you would still blame the game on him because you don't like him.
Bringing up a lot of racist rhetoric and saying some pretty crazy things under the guise of just like holding accountability. Like, some of this stuff has to just be rage bait.
Black fatigue or ghetto fatigue is a real thing. And no one's staying silent about it any longer. No nationality wants to be involved or bothered by this loud, obnoxious group of people. No one, not even hardworking Black Americans. I mean, I'm telling no lies here. Everywhere that group of people go, chaos follows. And no matter where you go, they're there. But America is tired, and people have grown numb to your constant cry of racism. Everyone's a racist who doesn't agree with you. But meanwhile, you can be big to everybody else.
Like in that video, he says this has to
That nigga's racist.
He don't like his own kind.
Why was he talking like that, bro? It's not even just what he was saying. Because if he said it the right way, you can get a couple of people to agree. Hell, you might have got me to agree. It's the way he was saying it, though. It was all coming from a racist point of view.
It's like a white appropriation type of thing. See, like if a Black person had said it, like, I don't know why, like, my people, every time I go somewhere, it's my people acting up. We gotta stop this. Like, bringing awareness to it, but instead you're like, we don't like them niggas. Everybody in the world don't like niggas. Every time I go to the store, niggas this, niggas that. That's all I heard.
Like in that video, he says this has to be the EBT crowd, which I guess is like the gender neutral and like plural version of like the welfare queens. So I guess in that sense, like period inclusivity, I see you making your strides, King. Like I love when people are politically correct in the gender sphere, only to go ahead and turn around and be anti-Black in like the racial sphere. You know, I guess we pick our battles. But like video aside, one of the main concerning things are like the comments, because most of the comments are not even from Black folks. So them agreeing, being like, yeah, I'm just really tired and fatigued with these Blacks. I'm tired of seeing them everywhere. I mean, I don't know if the creators like super worried themselves, because they do claim to be an Uncle Tom and like reference that as a good thing in the video. So I think there are other battles to be fought there. But like another thing about that creator's video that kind of plays into the Carnival Cruise stuff and like general things when it comes to discussion around problems of the Black community is the notion of like Black accountability, which ultimately does fall into like the whole respectability politics and its fallacies thing of it all, because the conversation around Black accountability and like whatever that means is inherently anti-intellectual and inherently reductive.
I was like, yeah, my final thoughts on this, man, you know what I'm saying? Black people can be racist, gang. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of niggas that don't like niggas, and I'm one of them. If you don't like and subscribe right now, I'm gonna be one of them. You feel me? Nah, but like you know what I'm saying, like it's a lot of Black people that don't like other Black people. I feel like the way like some Black people act in public can be worked on, because it does get obnoxious at a point.
Yeah, and I'm also hated with this, bro. It's just we gotta move a little bit better, like in the way we just throw around the term "you." Like when people get talking about Black people, bro, it's just the umbrella, my nigga. It's everybody. They don't. It's like you don't ever hear them say, I know a couple of them that's not really. No, it's like, you people need to chill out. I swear, we've been tired of you for a very long time. Like it's just nasty, bro. It's like people just lose their minds, bro. I brought this up in other videos. Like, people just hate unification. They just try to find a different way to just divide humans, whether it just be because of what you believe in, what skin tone you have, what your hair color is. It doesn't matter. People are going to find a way to divide, and it's so nasty. It's just so nasty, bro. If you're new to this channel and you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to give us a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're on your phone, don't forget to hype the video as well. That will really help us in the algorithm. I've been T-Bangs, and this has been my co-host J-Dub, and we have been the Afterthought Duo. And with that being said, we will see you in the next video.